Happy New Year. It's very exciting. It's a very exciting time of the year. And I think something that is so powerful to do is to really consider what this last year has been like for you and what do you want to consider for your new year. I do this for myself on my birthday, and I also do it for the new year. Hi, Sandy. How are you, sweet thing? So to really think about where we've been on our path and where we want to go on our path. Again, it's very powerful and empowering. Sometimes it's easy to get just caught up in life and bumble along. When we do this, we're not taking as great responsibility for ourselves as we can. When we live in that way, often it is the content of our subconscious mind that is propelling us forward, or it can be mass consciousness. We can end up on the wave that isn't our wave, and mass consciousness tends to be pretty fear-based on this particular planet. So if we want to go a different or more powerful or more joy-filled direction in our lives, again, it's really helpful and empowering to consider where you've been and where you want to go. And again, often we can consider, hello, Andrew, gosh, there's so much I want to be doing and I'm not where I want to be. But if we can just take that moment and turn around and look at how far we've come, if we can acknowledge ourselves, really consider what we've done good and right, perhaps consider how we can refine where we've maybe fallen a little bit short, or maybe we think we could do better. This is a really, again, a very powerful step that we can take to take greater responsibility for creating the life that we want, that we really want, that we deserve, and that we desire. I've mentioned this before, but I think it bears repeating. And if you haven't heard it, I think this is just such an interesting bit of wisdom. You know, I do a radio show called Journey to Center on Empower Radio. And one of my guests came on. He was a brain expert. And he said, our brains as human beings, as a species, has not changed that much in the last 25,000 years, maybe even longer, where we were running from predators. It was eat or be eaten. It was survival of the fittest, if you will. Most of us at this point aren't really running from predators, but we still are hardwired to survive. In other words, our primary ingredient for living is fear. So if we want to shift from surviving in fear to a life of thriving and love, we really have to consciously participate in our experience and our reality. That is why I think setting intentions is such a wonderful step to really get clear and conscious. What is it you want to claim for yourself? How do we get rid of the dueling intentions? How do we remove our issues of unworthiness or guilt or shame so that we can really line up with that energy that is love, so we can really start to thrive and just have more fun as human beings on this crazy planet. So I have created a worksheet, an exercise worksheet, and I'm going to make it available to anybody who wants it. You don't necessarily need this. You could just take some notes and do this for yourself. So I'm calling this inventory and intentions. So what is the inventory, consideration, and reflection for 2018? Was there a theme or patterns or qualities that you witnessed or experienced in 2018? Did you have some challenges? And in those challenges, were there opportunities to learn and grow and expand? Because I think there's always blessings, even in our challenges, be it relationships or health challenges or financial issues. There's always an opportunity to learn something. And often when we learn what our soul wants us to learn, we can transcend. We can get out of the challenges more quickly. It's so compelling to go into a pity party or feel bad for ourselves or get stuck in this energy of poor me or beating ourselves up. It's not a really fun place to be, and it's not helpful. So to look at our challenges and realize that we've got opportunities in this. What are we trying to learn as souls? How can we transcend these challenges? So then also What are some of the high points and wonderful things that have happened in this past year? What is there to be grateful for? And I think because what we focus on increases, we go the direction of our thoughts to really consider our blessings and what we have to be appreciative about, invites more blessings. Very powerful energy. So also consider, where are some areas of improvement? Given what you know now, would you have made different choices in your past? Not to beat yourself up, but just so you're prepared in the future for when opportunities or challenges come up. Will you be able to navigate those with more clarity, grace, and ease? Another really important thing is to consider, is there anybody that maybe you need to forgive? Is there anybody you might want to consider energetically letting off the hook? And this includes you as well. Because as we do that, we remove the heavier energy and vibration of judgment and holding people accountable for our happiness. I've found that's not really effective. It's like, well, they don't deserve to be let off the hook. But if you don't, you're keeping yourself on the hook. So if you want more freedom, if you want more to make space for more prosperity and joy and happiness, it can be really helpful to consider who maybe you would benefit from forgiving. Again, this includes you. Also, consider what you're proud of. What did you do right and well and good this year? I really think when we consider these things and become our conscious cheerleader, life can start to show up in a more supportive and loving way. Our outer reality is a reflection of our inner reality. So as we become more kind and loving towards ourselves, we tend to attract and experience more kindness and love in the world. That's my personal experience, and I can't recommend this step enough. Also, are you in conversation with that something greater? Are you in conversation with maybe the universe or creative intelligence? That's a really good conversation to be having. Do you want to go deeper and higher into this relationship? I know as I have, my life has continued to improve. Also, just getting quiet for a little while, meditating, listening to the still small voice within, or basking in the energy of silence. Such a really beautiful way to nurture ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So that's what I like to consider doing as I reflect on my last year. And then after we do this part, we consider how we want to move forward for the new year. I'm calling this optimism, direction, and intentions for 2019. So is there a theme you'd like to consider for yourself? Is there something that you would like to claim as, you know what, this is the year of bliss. This is the year of prosperity. This is the year of unconditional love. To consider what that theme is and set that intention. And again, writing things down is the greatest predictor for success. So if you want to write some of these things down, get a notebook, get a journal. If you want to get a hold of me, I will send you this worksheet. Write things down. It gives roots in physical world reality for all things ethereal. I believe on the soul level, all of us are prosperous, all of us are blissed out, all of us are free, but we want to anchor some of those qualities into our human experience, into physical world reality. And writing things down starts to give roots to whatever it is we want to claim for ourselves in our life, in our experience of life. So what are your intentions? What are your goals and desires for this year? Are there more qualities or characteristics you would like to invite in? For example, I love the qualities of grace, of ease, peace, prosperity, easy joy. Those are some of the qualities that I've claimed for myself in years past and will be continuing to claim this year. Also, how do you want to feel within yourself? How do you want to feel? For me, comfortable in my skin, quietly confident, peaceful, content, fulfilled. These are words I like to claim for myself. Maybe you want to use some of those words, or perhaps you have others that you'd like to claim for yourself. And how would you like to show up in your life? For example, accepting, strong, grounded, clear, wise, generous. Again, these are some of my qualities that I want to claim for myself as I continue to journey forward and move into the new year. And perhaps those are some things you'd like to claim for yourself, or maybe there are some others. And because we live on a planet of free will and choice, would you like to invite or request the assistance from that something greater? That something greater seems to do a pretty great job of holding the stars in their places, seems to do a pretty great job of taking care of the seasons. I want that energy as my partner and friend in my life. I know when I tried to do life alone, it was scary and it didn't work that well. I couldn't manipulate myself out of a paper bag towards the end of that experiment. So now that I have aligned with that something greater, life sure is a lot more fun. It's a lot more graceful. It's a lot more easy. It's a lot less stressful. So also, I would like to gift you, if you would like, this exercise and a guided meditation around forgiveness and opening that space to manifest and receive what it is that you really want, deserve, and desire in your life. Hi, Kristen, you're on the beach. I can't believe you have me on the beach with you. This is very exciting. So again, as we really look inside and take responsibility for where we've been, how we've been feeling, how we've been showing up in life, and how we want to experience life and move forward. You know, I think this is a great way, again, to take personal responsibility, to really show up in our lives in more awake and aware fashions. I think there's two primary ways of navigating our lives. We can run from ourselves or run to ourselves. We can be dancing for the mirror, or we can be really taking responsibility for our relationship with ourselves, and that's something greater. And when we do that, our lives, the mirror of our lives, tends to reflect back to us in ways that are more positive and joyful and empowering and comfortable. So that's, again, been my personal experience and something I've been experimenting with in my life. You know, I've been a people pleaser most of my life, very uncomfortable, contorting myself to try to take care of others and get others' approval. And then I realized this doesn't feel very good. Maybe it's time for me to turn inward and consider how I want to feel, how I want to show up in my life. And as I've done that, the mirror of my life has changed. In the past, I wanted people to like me. And no matter what I did, not everyone liked me. But as I turned inward, come more home to myself, spent more time in prayer meditation, gotten more comfortable, I tend to attract people that seem to like me without a lot of contorting or efforting. And I think every single one of us has this capacity. Each one of us has great magic and are created with the primary ingredient of love. And if we know that, if we believe that, if we can relax into that space and receive that energy from God or the universe or spirit, the one that has created us, and we worry a little bit less about what mere mortals think, people dealing with their own hurts and heartbreaks, life is more comfortable. Life is a lot more fun. And I'm loving this experience for myself, and I want it for you if you want it for yourself. So if you would like to receive the gift of this worksheet, it's 10 questions about your last year and 10 things for you to consider in regards to how you want to move forward for your next year, and also a guided meditation to help you to clear your path, to weed your garden so you have the space to plant what it is you really, really want. If you really want orchids, you don't have to settle for daisies or dandelions. You don't have to have any more noxious weeds in your garden. We can create the space to remove those things and invite and experience more of what it is that you really want, deserve, and desire. I love this, Kristen. I am loving seeing you on the beach. Those pictures are amazing. And committing to connecting with your higher power on a daily basis. It, again, it keeps me lined up. It keeps me in the center. Again, you know, the mandala. I'm a big proponent of the mandala. I don't know if you can see my mandala up there. That's the heart chakra. I like to stay centered in my heart and aligned with my higher self. And as I do that, my life works with a lot more grace, ease, and clarity. I'm aligned, I'm grounded. And as the roots go deep and the branches go high, I'm more prosperous, there's more fruits, I feel better. And it doesn't mean there aren't going to be storms. We're on planet Earth, there's going to be weather. But how we are within ourselves as we experience the challenges and the storms and weather of life, it makes all the difference in the world. As we maintain our connection to that something greater and know, despite anything and everything, that we are loved and supported, if we can stay really grounded in that posture and remember these higher truths, life works better. This human experience can be more pleasant and more love-based, and there's a lot more joy. And I've tried the alternative. I suspect you have as well. So if you want more grace, ease, joy, comfort, bliss, fulfillment, and prosperity, I want that for you as well. I've experienced the opposite of that. It wasn't that much fun. And I've done what I can to get to this place of empowerment and peace. And I want to help anybody and everybody that I can that wants it to get to a place of higher ground, of more peace, grace, ease, bliss, prosperity, celebration, and great love. I see being human as a working vacation. It can be heaven and it can be hell and it can be everything in between. I've experienced a lot of hell, and there probably still be some bumps and bruises along the way, because that's how things are here. There will be storms, but most days are heaven, and I want that for you too. And you are part of my blessing, and I am incredibly grateful for your energy in my life, for your energetic presence in my life. And if I can bless you in any way, that would be my greatest honor, pleasure, and privilege. So please either private message me with your email address, or you can email me at tammybphd@gmail.com. That's tammybphd@gmail.com. And I'll send over this 2-page worksheet, 10 questions about where you've been and 10 questions about considering and claiming where you want to go. And also the forgiveness guided meditation, if you like, forgiving other people, letting them off the hook, creating that space for what you want in your life, forgiving yourself, letting yourself off the hook. That is the biggest thing we can do to clear our garden, to create that space, just to claim that we are loved, that we are worthy. Let go of any guilt, let go of any shame. That is the biggest karma cleaner of all. So if this resonates for you, or if you're just curious, be in touch. I'll send this over to you. You can try it on, experiment with it. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. It's just what's worked for me. And again, I want for you to have the most exquisite human experience possible. And if I can help you in any way, again, this is my honor, pleasure, privilege, and I think life's purpose. I think there's job, career, and life purpose. I've had jobs, I've been a cocktail waitress, I've had careers, I've been a hairdresser. My life purpose is to live an empowered life and help other people live a more empowered, joyful life as well, if that's something they want, if that's something you want. So know that you are in my heart, meditation and prayers. Happy, happy, happy New Year's Eve to you if you're watching me live, or happy beginning of 2019 if you're watching this after New Year's Eve. So Kristen, today you asked, what is your intention for 2019 to attract and bring in? Ask, believe, receive. And it is. I mean, there may be a buffer of time between asking and receiving, but if we can ask, relax, open our mind to the possibility of manifesting what it is we want, clear out any doubts about our worthiness, clear out any guilt or shame, forgiving others, forgiving ourselves, and then just relax into that place of faith and peace. And often what comes about is miraculous and surprising, and every day can be like Christmas with presents and gifts, beauty and joy, and heaven on earth. So I hope you are enjoying your human experience, being the unique expression of the divine that you are. It's really interesting to consider that there's 7 billion people on the planet and no one's like you. And not only that, every human ever created or will be created, you are unique in all of the galaxies and all of time. And you are a gift. You are a blessing. You are the child in whom God is well pleased. The more you know that and believe that, the more life can show up as a supportive, wonderful, love-based adventure. So again, know that you are in my heart, meditation and prayers every day, and be in touch so I can gift you with this little exercise and guided meditation. And I shall look forward to connecting with you again next Monday, or if you're emailing me, I'll be in touch with you that way. So I love you. I appreciate you. And I want the very, very best for you for 2019 and beyond. God bless you. Take very good, gentle, loving care of yourself. I love you. Onward and upward. Bye for now.